What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please remember to drop a like, maybe a comment, and subscribe for more. In hype for Black Ops 4, I want to play all 4 Black Ops games in this video and talk about what I like about the games, what I don't like, and maybe rank them from favorite to least favorite. So without further ado, let's get right into this one. Black Ops 1. So this is where it really all started for me. This was my first Call of Duty game, and I still play it to this day, and I love it. One of the best multiplayer games I've ever played, honestly. Looking back, this game really does show its age. Still incredibly fun, though. Iconic weapons like the FAMAS, Galil, Commando, lots of great weapons to choose from in this game, as well as the kill streaks. Can't ever forget how badass slapping that door open on the chopper gunner and just mowing down everybody on the ground is. Just so much great things out of this game that I really do miss. Lots of memories too. My favorite map on this game is easily Nuketown. It's iconic, and even after this game with the next 2 Black Ops titles, we saw a new version of Nuketown, and it was based off this game's Nuketown. It's not the best Nuketown. In my opinion, Nuketown 2025 is the best, but still legendary and brings back memories from the middle school days. My favorite weapon from this game has to be the Commando. It's OP as hell and one of the coolest ARs in COD history. This was the only COD the Commando was in. I mean, it is in Black Ops declassified as the Carbine, but we don't speak about that over here. Other favorites of mine are easily the FAMAS, thankfully came back in Black Ops 3, and the MP5K. I believe this was the MP5K's last appearance in a COD game. I know it was in Modern Warfare 2, but this was the last time we've seen it, I believe. Not sure, though. I do know it's been a long time since we've seen it, though. But yeah, so many great weapons to choose from this game, and I really do miss some of the weapons from this game. Since this is Black Ops, the zombies in this game was fire, too. Kino to Toten is my favorite zombies map ever. I love the Easter egg where you could get the one song to play. The Hellhounds still trigger me to this day, and I still hate the teddy bear. The zombies even had the MP40. Wish it came to multiplayer, but I believe the zombies took place during the 50s or 40s. I noticed the swastikas, so probably like the World War II era, like Nazi zombies and all that. I don't know. Well, the multiplayer took place in like the 60s during the Cold War era, so it makes sense considering the MP40 is a World War II era gun. It probably would have got dicked down by the weapons available during this time period, like the Commando. Love the zombies, though. Kino is my favorite zombies map of all time, without a doubt. And with the campaign in this game, it's the only Black Ops I played through. I might go back and play the Black Ops 2 one, though. And maybe 3 as well, but I heard 3 wasn't that fun. While 2 was actually pretty fun, because I heard there's like you choose what happens with the story, so that's pretty cool. Might go back to play that. But badass characters in Black Ops 1 like Mason, Woods, Hudson, it was great. Not as good as the Modern Warfare campaign series, but I still really enjoyed this. My favorite mission was the last one. Drowning Dragovich was a relief, and Mason redeeming himself was awesome. I love the campaign of this game because it just felt like it was straight out of an action movie. And the plot twists and everything all added up to make it really fun to play through. I would say I wish Black Ops 4 had a campaign, but I'm going to be honest. I don't really think they have it in them to create magic like they did in BO1 with this campaign. Plus, the near future was already covered with BO2, and I feel like the Modern Warfare series is best known for the campaigns anyway, so I feel like Black Ops should just focus on creating the better multiplayer and even the Battle Royale. Overall, with this being my first Call of Duty, playing the multiplayer again was cool because it really showed how times have changed and how far the series has come since I've started playing. Not my favorite COD ever, but I really do love this game, the memories and everything. I hope it's remastered someday but not ruined. I was able to play without any issues really. Everything seemed to run smooth still, and not any modders surprisingly. They seem to have moved to BO2, I guess. The player count on BO1 is doing well too. There was around 18,000 people online playing, which is more than the average of Black Ops 2 average player count of 5,000. My guess is they're reliving the good old days before BO4 comes out this fall, and maybe more people will come back to play this game if they don't enjoy the new Black Ops, as a message to Treyarch saying this is how COD should be played. Like, there was 100,000 people online back in January. We shall see, I guess. Anyways, let's move on to Black Ops 2 now.
Friendly spy plane inbound.
And now, moving into BO2, this place has become modder central. It sucks, but shit happens. Some of the modders are actually fun. Like, when I was playing, they made it so once you get a kill, you get like 200,000 XP or score, or whatever it's called, giving you your score streaks. And then others are just annoying and kick you from the game if you don't play how they want you to play. Most of them are sensitive because I killed this one dude. I had to reload, so I chilled near the doorway to do so. I killed him again when he came back to the exact spot I killed him. He accused me of camping and kicked me. I don't really think it was camping, but okay. He was a little kid, so I understand, but it does get annoying. You will find some people still playing to play the game though, so not complete shite these days. With BO2, I really think Treyarch started making more colorful and graphically appealing maps, which is great. In Black Ops and World at War, the maps are dark and depressing for the most part. That's okay because they were good, but the change with the maps in Black Ops 2 were great because it was a needed change, and some great maps like Nuketown 2025, Grind, and Cove came from it. I love the maps in this game. A real throwback and brings back some great memories, which is crazy to think about because this game was just in its life cycle like 6 years ago. Time flies. I still hope we get something like Nuketown 2025 as a multiplayer map this year. It may very well be the best version of Nuketown in my opinion. The weapons in this game are memorable too, with the Peacekeeper, the Scorpion EVO, MP7, the Scar H, DSR-50, the Ballista, B23R, and many more powerful weapons from this game. They were balanced for the most part, so nothing really too OP and annoying. The Peacekeeper was DLC and wasn't too expensive. I do hope we see a version of the B23R this year too. Definitely one of my favorite sidearms alongside the Deagle. It would probably be the weapon I would bring back if I had to choose only one to have back in BO4. Another one of my favorites in this game is the Scorpion EVO and its crazy ass recoil. Now called the Spitfire. Glad to see it back. I did make a video on the Spitfire, so if you didn't see it yet and would like to see the Spitfire in action, I recommend going to watch the video after this. But yeah, lots of fun weapons to choose from in this game, and legendary weapons to choose from overall. The zombies in BO2 was fun as well. Mixed emotions on Transit, but for the most part I liked it. Wasn't a huge fan of Grief, but it was alright. Blops 2 featured some great maps, like Town, which is my favorite from this game. It was extremely annoying how literally every step you take you get set on fire, and it burns for like 10 seconds. You had to be extremely careful, but thankfully it takes a lot of burning to down you. And if you run Juggernog, you're good. It's so damn strong and helps out a lot in zombies. I did like the sizes of the zombies maps. With smaller zombies maps, it makes it a little more challenging because you don't have as many places to run, and you'll probably have to utilize the perks and whatnot. You can also get to your teammates a little faster when the map sizes are smaller, so that's always good. I prefer the smaller maps easily, but there really weren't any terrible maps for the Black Ops 2 zombies for the most part. I actually didn't mind having to cough up like $5 to buy the personalization packs in this game, or DLC in general really. The Peacekeeper was amazing. I loved the bacon personalization and the graffiti as well. Even though you have to pay for them, I wish Treyarch would bring them back. I believe there were some free ones as well, so that's good. Really cool reticles, camos, etc. to put on weapons, and that just made the gun look fun and badass. If we could get something like the graffiti personalization pack back in BO4, that would be great. Please, Treyarch, come through with those personalization packs this year. Overall, BO2 is one of the most played Call of Duty games ever for me. Everything added up to make a great game. It kept me invested for a while, which is a problem with today's Call of Duty really. They can't really do that anymore. They can't work the magic like they used to, as well as they did back in these days. The maps from this game, the weapons, everything. It felt balanced and right, and not a lot of toxic players in my opinion. People are generally chill when it comes to Black Ops 2 these days, even some of the modders. If Black Ops 4 was a copy and paste of Black Ops 2, with everything cleaned up like the mod menus and the graphics touched, just a next-gen remodel, I would not be disappointed one bit. I'm sure this game will be remastered someday. Can't wait for it. But even on last gen, this is still kicking all kinds of ass and is still fun to play in 2018. I really wish I could relive some of the memories from that I made on Blops 2 though. So much fun. It's going to be weird when BO3 is done running community events and Treyarch isn't actively supporting this game as much. Lots of people still play this game after its launch back in 2015 and still actively grind. I still believe after BO4 people will still be playing this. Not the biggest fan of supply drops, but I do feel like Blops 3 did everything right with them. And speaking of supply drops, I love them because I got weapons like the Peacekeeper and XMC from supply drops and contracts. Everybody had a fair chance in this game, unlike MWR and World War II, where it takes forever just to earn what it takes to open the supply drops. It was relatively quick and I was usually satisfied with what I got. If Black Ops 4 features supply drops, I'm sure they'll do it similar to this game's system. Hopefully. I absolutely love the aesthetic of this game, with the maps and everything. Splash is one of my favorite from this game and has become one of my favorite maps in COD history. It's a fun map to play on, but what sucks is it doesn't come around often. You'll usually have to wait a few games to even be able to vote for the map, and sometimes when it comes around you have assholes clicking random, ruining everything. Other great maps in this game are Nuketown, or as I call it, Nuke 3 Town, Aquarium, Redwood, as well as the Winter Redwood, which was released earlier this year, with like the BO4 Easter eggs and whatnot, and Stronghold. Lots of fun maps to play on in this game. I really hope Splash returns though. It will be fun to play through with the setting of this year's game. Great maps came from this game, will miss some of them, but I can't wait to go back in a few years and go through the nostalgia trip with this game and all the maps. The weapons are necessarily balanced, I think. The Kuda outshines a lot of the SMGs in its class, but the Vesper also shines too. Weapons like the Peacekeeper, Mark II, XMC, RK5, Man-O-War, M8, Model 1887, and the SVG are memorable. I'm sure we'll see some of them return this year, and I can't wait to see which ones make the cut and which ones are being left behind. I think playing for the weapons like the FAMAS, MSMC, and Peacekeeper, though, through supply drops and contracts were worth it. The grind to get the weapons were fun, of course, but of course, using the weapons after unlocking them are better. If I could have a FAMAS and B23R in Black Ops 4, I'm set. We'll miss some of the weapons from this game if it's the last time we see some of them, but it was a lot of fun using some of them. I have okay-ish memories from the zombies on here. The train from Shadows of Evil will forever give me PTSD because when I would play with my friends, one of us would be left behind, and most of the time it was me, so big rip. But this game even had Kino and other classics. I never bought the Zombies Chronicles, but if it goes on sale or something, I may have to do so, as well as keep Black Ops 3 installed because I highly doubt that Black Ops 4 will have Kino or anything like that, because there's no real point if Black Ops 3 already has it. But who knows? Maybe? We don't know much about the zombies this year, but hopefully they're better than ever. I have hope. I'm sure Treyarch will knock it out of the park this year. Overall, BO3 was a COD title I played a lot, and I will miss it being one of the active games because even after Infinite Warfare and World War II released, Treyarch still put work into BO3 and still supported it. I'll miss it, but it's gotta go. Time for BO4 and a lot of changes to happen. Probably not anything game-breaking, or at least I hope. Black Ops 3 featured some amazing maps, had balanced weapons, and was a good time overall. And with BO4, I've already said quite a bit about it in other videos, so I won't really touch on it a lot, but from what I've seen so far, it's shaping up to be a great game. I'm going to try to get more involved in COD than ever this year with this game because I'm really excited for it, and I had a good time playing the beta so far. Can't wait to play the Battle Royale too. They're going to have to do quite a bit to beat out Fortnite with Blackout. They're capable of doing so as well, and I'm sure they will. but it probably won't be as popular as Fortnite. It will just be able to be good enough to kind of knock down Fortnite. So yeah, looking good so far. Just hoping they could carry it over into release. Anyways, that's enough of Black Ops for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed going back and playing some of these great games, and I recommend you do so as well if you're hyped for BO4. Really hope I can do something like this with Modern Warfare if we see MW4 next year. Also, if I could get a follow on my social medias, I'd really appreciate that, as I'm trying to build those accounts up as well as this channel. I'll have those down in the description, at RealFrizzy on Twitter and Instagram. If you like this video, please remember to leave a like, maybe a comment, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.